Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Hi, and welcome to Straight Talk About God video. I'm Jack. Who is the Antichrist? This is a quick reminder of where we are in the end times. Okay? Practically every day I'm seeing headlines talking about the end times. Capital E, capital T. Now, one of the things that bother me is the writer using the word tribulation, sometimes even capitalizing the T. And that seems like a clear reference to the book of Revelation, right? Which is called the Great Tribulation. Many references are made to the worldwide conditions and events as though they were part of the 7-year Great Tribulation. It's been said that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are on the scene. Yeah. Well, we've got war in many places. That's the red horse. Oh, yeah. We've got the locust. They're eating up all the crops around the world, right? Causing famine. The black horse. Oh, and then what about the pale horse? The coronavirus is killing 1,000 people every day. We must be in the Great Tribulation. No, we're not. We're not. You know. See, the main question is what happened to the first horseman of the seals? In Genesis, in Revelation 6, the first horseman is the white horse, isn't he? White horse. Eh? See, all of this talk can do nothing but cause fear and panic, which it's already doing, you know, just with the virus itself. What I want to address is the Antichrist. Okay? There are many things included in the end times, right? But most of them can't be pinned down 100%, right? Like, for instance, the rapture, which has 4 different theories. Pick one. Will it happen or won't it happen at all? When will it happen? See, we have to stick with things we can verify and leave the rest to God. See? That first horseman is one of the things that we can be sure of, right? He comes on the white horse, and makes the grand peace, world-affecting peace, not just a couple of countries, right? And it's for 7 years, as Daniel says, right? Well, that helps us understand today, right? It keeps panic of the Great Tribulation at bay, and as we can be sure that no, it's not happening right now. It's coming, but it's not happening now. Of course, maybe that's the good news and the bad news at the same time. I don't know. Another fact that helps us unmuddle the current situation is knowing from where the Antichrist will come. Where is he going to come from? We can know that for sure. Whoa. Well, that's a pretty good thing to know, isn't it? It seems like every evil dictator that's ever come on the scene has been said to be the Antichrist, until they died or whatever, Hitler, Mao, Clinton, Stalin, Prince Charles, Harry, Obama, the list goes on. If we take Daniel as truly inspired by God, then none of those men could have possibly been the Antichrist, or possibly be the Antichrist, or the Pope. He may be on the world scene today. I think he is for sure. But we can know positively where he comes from, even if he doesn't. We don't know who he is. Okay, and that'll eliminate a whole bunch of people that people are talking about. Where does he come from? The Middle East. The Middle East? Where'd you find that? The Middle East, right? You go to chapters 10 and 11 of Daniel, Okay? And please remember that there's no chapter and verse when Daniel wrote, right? And chapter 10 and 11 are all one piece. All one piece. They're talking about the same time. Okay? In chapter 10, verse 14, the angel tells Daniel, quote, "Now I come to make thee understand what shall befall thy people in the latter days." The latter days. Not a couple of weeks from now, not a couple of years from now, the latter days. And then to just confirm that and reinforce it, he says, "For yet the vision is for many days." It's a long time away. All right? So all the stuff in chapter 11 will follow and then end with the appearance of Michael. Right? Somewhere down toward the end of the Great Tribulation, Second Coming, down in that area somewhere. Right? See, this chapter is the main reason why so many scholars over the centuries have concluded that Daniel must have been written fraudulently in 150 BC. Oh yeah, see, after the events that are written about. Right? See, the history included in chapter 11 is so precise that it must, they conclude, have been written after the fact, right? Well, I guess they felt that God couldn't know what was going to happen 5 centuries after Daniel's death. The first thing we find in this prophecy is it's for the latter days, or many days, right? A long way away, right? Secondly, Daniel takes 20 verses outlining just whom he is talking about, so there's no confusion. Huh? The king of the south is the king of Egypt. Right? The king of the north is the king of the Seleucid kingdom, named after Seleucus. He's one of the 4 generals of Alexander. Now, those generals split up Alexander's empire after Alexander died, and Ptolemy was the general that got Egypt. He's the king of the south. King of the north, Seleucus. King of the south, Egypt. Okay? You see, this history is so detailed, you can even find Cleopatra in there. But then, in verse 21, we find the next thing that the king of the north, the next king of the north, he outlines 5 or 6 kings, right? And then all of a sudden comes this vile person, quote unquote, a vile person. And from then on, all the verses to the end of the chapter practically, we find this vile person doing all of the stuff that the AC does in chapters 7, 8, and 9. See, he's the little horn in chapters 7 and 8. And also in chapter 8, he's the king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences. The dark side, evil, right? That's in chapter 8, verse 23. And 23 happens to be the number for death. Right? Don't look for the AC to come from anywhere but the old Seleucid kingdom, the Middle East. Okay? Nowhere else. Okay? So relax. All the bad stuff that's going on in the world right now is not any part of it is part of the 7-year Great Tribulation. Of course, that might be good or bad news. I don't know. You may be interested in the long version of this subject. It's on JAX34. Just look for JAX34, the AC. Thanks a lot for watching. God bless.